And welcome to the Big 12 on ESPN. An absolutely gorgeous day in Lubbock, Texas for some Big 12 football. TCU and Texas Tech, and this is an important one for both of these clubs. Not just a rivalry game, but a lot more at stake today. Teams with identical records at 4-5, 2-4 in conference play. The chances to get to a bowl game, incredible for TCU. But if you lose this game, both teams, well, it could be a long off season. And we are set for kickoff here at Jones AT&T Stadium, where TCU will get the football first as the Red Raiders will kick it away. And that will sail through the end zone out to the 25-yard line. Of course, this TCU team coming off that tough loss to Baylor last weekend. How will this young team respond? And speaking of young, they have a young quarterback leading this team that's averaging 32 points a game as you see those Big 12 offensive numbers. Sonny Cumbie, a former Texas Tech quarterback, now on the other sideline calling the plays for the Horned Frogs. But there is Max Duggan, and true freshman out of Iowa. A lot to like about him, but again, just a young player a year ago playing high school ball. We'll see Max lead this offense, completing 55% of his passes on the year. Darius Anderson gets that first handoff and a good gainer out near the first down line. Actually, they'll spot it at the 36, so give him 11 out of the gates.
Darius Anderson is a kid they want to get the football to in space. Has speed, has the elusiveness to get on the corner, and you can see there, first play, big play.
So first down and 10 from the 36, and there will be flags.
False start. Offense. Number 51 and 62. 5-yard penalty. First down.
For more on this rivalry and this series, let's go down to Dawn Davenport.
Yeah, what's at stake today? How about one of college football's oldest rivalry trophies, the Saddle Trophy? Started back in the 60s when these two teams played in the Southwest Conference. They dubbed this rivalry the West Texas Championship. Now, this trophy was actually lost back in 1971. So the two teams worked together to bring back and restore the trophy 3 years ago. 2017, TCU took it. Texas Tech took it on the road last year. We'll see who is the 62nd plate to be put onto this trophy. Pretty cool, huh, guys?
It is. A lot of work went into that. Obviously, that's a good-looking trophy. I'd love to know where the other one was. It's been 50 years and nobody knows where it is. So
Sitting in somebody's living room right now, I bet. I mean, somebody's really
probably watching this, sitting on that and watching this game. That'd be my assumption. TCU trying to take a shot, trying to hit Tay Barber down the middle, incomplete there. And TCU now looking at a second down and 15. Duggan, quick slant over the middle, pass caught around the 42-yard line. That one goes to Darius Davis. That'll pick up 11, making a manageable third down coming up. Well, I tell you, one guy we're going to keep an eye on today is number 1 in the black jersey, one of the best linebackers in America. He has shot up draft boards, probably got himself into a first-round situation. Jordan Brooks, the senior out of Houston, Texas. How about 18 tackles for loss, second in the FBS, but 98 total tackles. Has him in the top 10 in the country in that department. He is a stud. We'll talk more about him as this day goes on. Big third down here. Duggan rolling right, throws on the run, pass is caught, complete for a first down. That's a pass we saw last week, him miss a couple of times. So practice making perfect here for Max Duggan.
Yeah, I had a chance to talk to offensive coordinator Sonny Cumbie. He talked about who he's more comfortable throwing the football to, and it's Tay Barber there. Big third down, big completion.
Coming near side. Sheru Olanalua with a 4-yard pickup, and that'll bring up second down. This TCU club, you just wonder, man, how the difficulty of dealing with defeat the way they lost to Baylor last week. Gary Patterson said, you know, one of the good things about a young team is those guys sometimes can wash that away quicker than others.
Just don't know any better, and that's kind of what I asked him too. What's the mental makeup of your team coming into this ball game? And he said, we're so young, they're just ready to move on, and this is a big game, of course, too.
Both these clubs have actually lost to Baylor in overtime. Loose football. TCU will fall on it at midfield. Carter Ware, the tight end, alertly covers it up.
And this is something that they're not used to, is turning the football over like this on the ground. And it looks like he wanted to pull the football and just lost it as he was coming out of it. And he has to do a better job of securing that football. Now, instead of being a third and manageable situation, you got third and long. And this is a situation where Texas Tech has turned a lot of people over when they got them in third and long situations.
TCU on third downs this year, 47%, a pretty good number. That's third in the Big 12. Duggan, pocket collapse. Trying to find some room. How does he get out of there? First down and a whole lot more. What a run by the freshman. Wow.
This is what he brings to this TCU offense. And Texas Tech goes all-out blitz. They look like they have him swallowed up, and he gets out of the grasp right there. Rico Jefferson hits the corner. And right here is just the athleticism you like from the freshman quarterback, getting his team out of a bad spot. And now they're working and cooking in good field position.
26-yard pickup. Has him inside the 25-yard line. Max Duggan, of course, has the ability to do both in high school. Also ran for over 1,000 yards. Young man has a tremendous arm, can really spin it.
Yeah, Max has actually led the team in rushing in 3 games this year, so his ability to be able to run and use his legs to create is a big part of this offense. And when you bring the blitz, you still have to keep him inside their pocket. He was able to break a tackle there, which created this huge run they had there that last play.
Couple of tight ends on a second down and 9. They'll run it with Darius Anderson. He'll fall right about the 20-yard line. Give him 3, so another third down coming up. Jordan Brooks with his second stop today.
Last time TCU was in this third and medium situation, Texas Tech brought the blitz. Will defensive coordinator Keith Patterson do the same, or will he sit back in zone coverage and force the young quarterback to read it out?
This will be the 10th play of this opening drive. 2 for 2 on third downs this drive.
Pro Wells right here is a guy they like to look at on third down as well.
Pocket opens up. There goes Duggan. Touchdown, Horned Frogs. 20 yards out.
Nobody accounting for the quarterback is what happened on this particular play, and Max Duggan makes them pay big time with the touchdown run.
2 huge runs for Max Duggan. His 5th rushing touchdown of the season. How about that opening drive? 10 plays and 75 yards. Jonathan Song with the point after. It's up and good. So TCU with a great drive to start this one on the road. And they go behind the freshman, Max Duggan, to get it done.
Consecutive plays, they bring a blitz on third down here, and Max hits it right up the middle, and they lose containment. And look at Max take off. Look at the speed of the young freshman, putting his TCU Horned Frogs up 7-0 early.
Show me what you got, boy. Show you that you're not lying.
Now there's all kinds of prairie dogs out there. Dawn actually went out there to check things out, but don't touch the prairie dogs.
That last one, he looked like he is ready for winter, to say the least.
So I couldn't tell. Is it a compliment if somebody calls you a prairie dog or not?
That is not what I thought of when I thought of prairie dogs, to be honest.
TCU leads 7-0 here. Jones A&T Stadium. So now Texas Tech will get their offense on the field. Last week against West Virginia, scored on their first 5 possessions, really put on a clinic in Morgantown on their way to that big victory of 38-17 over the Mountaineers. Jet Duffy is the starting quarterback, was on the bench to start this year, but due to some injuries, including Alan Bowman, who injured his shoulder, will redshirt this year perhaps. And, you know, Jet Duffy has all the tools in the world. In the last couple of weeks, his coach has been really proud of the way he has performed. He has just been on point. Quick hitter, Dalton Rigdon, breaking some tackles out over the 40-yard line.
Dalton Rigdon, a guy last week went for 81 yards on a touchdown. Speed and tempo is what this offense about.
Duffy steps up in the pocket, has plenty of time to throw. And again, one of the best receivers on this team for Texas Tech, T.J. Vasher, who did not play last week against West Virginia due to violation of team rules, was practicing this week with the team but will not play today. Same situation according to Matt Wells, just not out there because of, again, violation of team rules.
And he spoke about it and said just other guys have to step up. That's just part of changing the culture here at Texas Tech. Is you got to understand when things don't go right, you got to be better.
Lofted up high. This one could be picked off, and it is. TCU has the interception around midfield and out of bounds. On the 15-yard return is Wyatt Harris.
Thought this football needed to be more on the line here. They're running into cover two, and this ball has to come out more of on a rope. And as he floated, it allowed the safety to get over and get a hand on it. Wyatt Harris this is just not what you want for an ideal start if you're Texas Tech. Go down and give up a touchdown now, an interception. Really good field position to start for TCU.
Only his third interception in 229 pass attempts for Jet Duffy, the junior quarterback. Wyatt Harris, one of those, as we talked about, 47 freshmen on this TCU team, the true freshman, with his first interception. And now good field position for TCU. Duggan, he'll step up in the pocket again. He'll slide down around the 43-yard line. Get a positive yard out of that. Duggan on that first drive, 3 for 4, 22 yards through the air, 3 rushes and 43 yards, including the 20-yard touchdown run.
Well, the really good thing he's doing now, he has good vision on the pass rush and where they're coming from, and he's able to avoid maybe some issues inside the pocket, and he's getting positive yards for this offense when it could be a little bit different.
So second down. Handoff off the right side. Olanalua stays in bounds all the way down inside the 20-yard line. They'll spot it at the 19. Douglas Coleman finally brings him down, but a good strong run by Olanalua.
Yeah, just a good stretch run on the outside. You see David Bolasami gets outside and gets a block for his running back, and another explosive run for this TCU offense.
Olanalua will stay in the game. They'll give it to him again. This time nowhere to run as he's wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage. Texas Tech's defense yielding 28 points per game. And I know a lot of people look, 28, that's quite a bit. That's 71st in the country, but that's a big improvement from where Texas Tech has been defensively over the years. Matter of fact, if they can stay at that number, it would be the lowest total since the 09 season.
They're really aggressive up front. They haven't been able to get to Duggan so far, but this is a unit up front. They expect to get pressure with their front 3 or 4 guys and be able to play coverage on the back end.
Duggan to throw toward the end zone, just out of the reach of his intended target. That'll go incomplete. Trying to hit Hunt with it, and it'll be 3rd down and 10.
And the critical thing here now is another 3rd and long. They had TCU in 3rd and long the last series, and both times they were hurt by the QB run of Duggan. What is the game plan here for Texas Tech? Both times they brought pressure last time and were hurt by the pressure. See if they play zone coverage here to try to make them throw it.
Olanalua in the game at running back. TCU 3 out of 3 on 3rd down conversions.
A lot of guys here at the line of scrimmage.
They're bringing some heat. Duggan throws, lofts it up. Askin has got to make a play, and he can't do it in the end zone. Looking for Tay Barber. Adrian Fry back there in coverage.
Really nice ride on the inside by Tay Barber, but even better coverage by Adrian Fry. Right here at the point of attack, get his head around, and you can see he gets that left hand in there just at the end. And I think that's the difference in getting that football out, but a well-played football by Adrian Fry on the back end.
Jonathan Song to attempt a 36-yarder. Song on the year 17 out of 18 in the field goal department. From the near hash, kick is on the way, and it splits the uprights. So basically a free 3 for TCU after the interception, 10-0. TCU been really good on the road. TCU over the years under Gary Patterson's just been really good. It doesn't matter where they're playing. Jonathan Song will kick it away. Carter back to return this kick, and he's thinking about it, and he does come out. He's got to go now. A flag comes out on the near side of the field. Boy, dangerous play by Carter.
During return, illegal block in the back, return team number 84. Half the distance to the goal from the end of the run, first down.
Boy, they're going to actually spot the ball around the 7-yard line. Jet Duffy back on the field. For more on him, let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, after that first turnover since October 12th, he came immediately over to the sideline, went to his wide receivers, hit all of them, and said, let's go, next drive. Seems like he had already shook it off, and that's a conscious decision from him, guys. He told us he watched film last week and saw his reaction when he missed a throw last week, realized he needed to stay more even keel.
He'll hand it off here on the opening play of their second possession. In his 5 starts this year, Duffy has really been impressive. 70% completion percentage. He's averaged 330 yards passing, has 10 touchdowns to just 2 picks in that stretch. I mean, those are great numbers by anybody's standards.
Especially when you came into the season really not expecting to have a key role. And now he's taken over this team and become a leader. And one of the things Dawn just talked about is him being a more vocal leader as well on the field.
He'll throw it up here. Has a man wide open. Caught around the 41 by Dalton Rigdon.
It's a really good job of the skies here. They fake the little screen outside and gets vertical. And just a nice job of Dalton Rigdon. If he throws that football out there, Dalton is still running.
32 catches on the year now for Rigdon as that one will hit the turf. Looking for Dante Thompson. Vernon Scott making a play defensively.
And Dave, I've been in that spot before. You throw an interception, you come back, and the next ball you throw, you're a little tentative still, and you just want to make sure you get it there. So I can understand the underthrow there, but if he throws the football out there, we got to it's a big touchdown.
2nd down and 10. 4-man rush. And they get to Jet Duffy. He'll be dropped back at the 35-yard line. That is the 19th sack of the year. Not a big number by TCU standards, but they'll take this one.
Yeah, Terrell Cooper right there, number 95, just continues to fight through the block and continues to get to the quarterback and finally comes away with a sack there. Nothing going on downfield, but you just love the energy up front from this TCU defensive front. That's what Coach Patterson talked about. He wants to get pressure with his front 4 and play coverage, and if he can do that, that makes it tough on quarterbacks.
So Tech now at 3rd and 15. That one is dropped. It'll hit the turf, and it's punting time. Trying to hit Rigdon with it. Couldn't hang on.
Texas Tech's offense just a little out of sync right now. Just a lot of guys in the wrong spots. You get a sack that puts you behind. Possible touchdown that was almost missed there. Texas Tech and I think Jet Duffy just have to calm down early in this ball game. A lot of football to play, but right now, maybe the nerves of this big-time ball game, understanding how big a magnitude it is, has gotten to that offense a little bit to start.
Austin McNamara to punt it away. Leads all FBS freshmen with a 44.8-yard average. Rager back to return this punt. He'll fair catch it around the 17-yard line. TCU up 10-zip on the road here in Lubbock. Anderson gets that handoff. Rico Jeffers making the play, so it'll be 2nd down and 4 coming up.
TCU's offense has success their first 2 drives, getting 10 points. I thought Duggan's done a really good job of taking care of the football and running when he needs to.
Out of that pistol formation. Handed off to the right side. Here goes Anderson. He'll be close to the line to gain, maybe about a half a yard shy. Give him a couple of yards. Jeffers again in there to make a play. When you got a guy like Jordan Brooks, can you avoid him if you're a play caller? I mean, how do you go about?
That makes it tough because of where they put him. They put him in the middle of this defense, so it's hard to avoid him. And that's what I think he's good at, because he's able to go sideline to sideline. But by play design, if you're on the perimeter a lot, that may take him a little out of the ball game. But here's a big 3rd and short.
Handoff right side. Let's get an update. Check in with Kevin Connor.
Mississippi State has pulled it within a score, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. TCU on the move. Pass is caught by Rager, and he has the first down around the 45-yard line. A 17-yard pickup brought down by Jeffers. And there's a guy they're trying to get more involved. Rager came in as their leading receiver. 33 catches on the year, but just 1 grab last week.
And you can see there's going to be a concerted effort to get him the football because of what you just saw. Breaking a couple tackles. He's really good in space. Rager is probably one of the more dynamic players in all of college football and voted the fastest player at Big 12 Media Day. So you know what he's about when he has the football in his hand.
So 1st down and 10 from the 45. Three-man rush. Brooks spying Duggan. He's trying to chase him down. Will push him out of bounds. Boy, you saw a little bit of the speed. We know how fast Duggan is, and Brooks able to go stride for stride with him to the sidelines.
And they have Jordan Brooks at 245 pounds, and you see the speed sideline to sideline to run down Max Duggan there. And I think that's probably going to be more of the game plan today, is especially with Duggan's ability to get outside and run. Use Jordan Brooks as a spy to make sure he doesn't hit you with those big runs as he did early in the game.
2nd down and 8. Coming near side, pass caught by Anderson. He's at midfield. He'll pick up 3 there. Another 3rd down opportunity for Texas Tech to get off the field.
One thing I've noticed is you talk about Duggan and what he's done the last 3 games with 7 interceptions. He's been really precise with the football. He's gotten the football out of his hands pretty quickly and hasn't made a bad decision. Here's another 3rd down. He's been really good on 3rd down already in this ball game. Can he continue that?
Three-man rush. Duggan stays in the pocket, airs one out, far side of the field, batted around, and what a catch from Tay Barber. My goodness, 43 yards. Fry was right there with him.
Yeah, this is unbelievable. Fry does such a good job. Watch him turn his head around, try to attack the football at the highest point, and just misses the football. And Barber, a great job of coming down with that.
What a grab by Barber. Almost made a circus catch in the end zone on their last possession, but came up big. Tapped around a few times, but Tay Barber, man.
And this is kind of similar to what defensive coordinator Keith Patterson talked about in their last couple games they've had. On 3rd down, they have not been able to get off the field. Perfect spot, perfect position, just not the execution you want there.
2nd down and goal. 2 tight end sets. They'll throw it over the middle. Pass is caught. Touchdown. Artavius Lynn from 4 yards out, and TCU is rolling on the road.
Artavius Lynn is right here. Run a little pop pass right up the middle, and you see number 16 come up because of the play action. Thomas Leggett is confused on the play, and he gets right behind, and you got a big tight end right there, 6'6", 265. Throw it up at his highest point, and he comes down with a big touchdown grab.
First touchdown catch this year for Artavius Lynn. Jonathan Song's point after is up and good. Tay Barber missed the first part of the season with some injuries, but the last few games he has been on a roll. 17 catches in the last month, but none bigger than that perhaps. What a grab as that sets up the touchdown pass to Lynn, and TCU up 17-0. Well, if Gary Patterson was concerned about how his team would respond after the loss last week, he has nothing to worry about. They have come out ready to go today here in Lubbock. 17 first quarter points. Well, just moments ago, Jordan Brooks left the field, and we had an eye on him, and now he is jogging toward the locker room. Your best player on defense, maybe the best defensive player in the Big 12, one of the best in the country, with 4 stops here in the first quarter, being attended to. Of course, Dawn down there on the sidelines. We'll try to get some information, pass that along. But now Jet Duffy will try to get this offense going. Just 46 yards of offense all through the air for the Raiders. The Red Raiders now, though, will move to the 44 as Dante Thompson makes a nice grab, picks up 17. See if that gets him going. Duffy. Ball's knocked out of his hands. It's on the turf. I don't see any sign that he was down. TCU says they have the football. Now the ruling is incomplete.
Yeah, initially I thought that hand, that arm was going forward. Now let's take a look here and see as he climbs in the pocket. Does that arm and hand come forward and the ball come out?
Yes, the arm was moving forward in my opinion.
It's an incomplete pass. That plays under further review.
The arm definitely does come forward. I agree with you, Dave.
Now the question becomes, was the arm moving forward because he was trying to tuck the football and run?
No. It looked like when his arm was coming forward, and sometimes you want to pull it back and it just slips out of his hand at the end. But watch, it looks like he has the grip on it, and at the end he tries to pull it back because of the hit. But the arm, I feel as though, does come forward. And the call on the field is incomplete pass. I think it should stay that.
Yeah, I think you got to go incomplete pass. If not, I mean, TCU's first quarter has been just beyond good.
They've been in great field position. They've done a good job up front on the defensive line of getting pressure on Duffy. But Texas Tech, the offense has truly been out of sync. And it's weird for this Texas Tech team simply because—
after further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. It's an incomplete pass.
The ref's arms look like yours, Dave. I mean, yoked.
We're on the same workout plan.
That makes sense. That makes sense. If I saw him, that's exactly what I thought.
You get big like that by chasing prairie dogs. There's Matt Wells in his first year, Texas Tech program, trying to, as he says, change the culture a little bit. And that always happens. You use that term a lot, but every coach has their identity, and it's not necessarily a bad thing to say change the culture. You just want your culture. Flag is down. Some movement against Texas Tech.
False start. Offense, number 84. It's a 5-yard penalty. Second down.
This Texas Tech team has had 3 straight losing seasons. Bringing in Matt Wells from Utah State, 2-time Mountain West Coach of the Year. Great conversation with him yesterday and had me buying in.
Yeah, I mean, he said basically we want to get to 6 wins this year, but the most important thing is they want to defend Jones AT&T Stadium.
Henry in the backfield. They'll fake it to him. Duffy will step, throw, pass caught. Close to the first down. That may be about a yard shy. They're going to spot it at the 49, a 14-yard pickup. Vernon Scott on the coverage of R.J. Turner. R.J., the grad transfer from Louisiana Monroe. They'll hand it off to Henry, working right side. He'll have the first down and still driving. Inside the 45, down to the 43-yard line, a 5-yard pickup. But the first quarter, the first 15 minutes, has belonged to TCU. 2 touchdowns, a field goal. The 3 points came after an interception. Some big plays by the freshman quarterback, Duggan. It has been all Horned Frogs. A lot of football left to play, though. Second quarter football. Texas Tech, TCU. Road team has prevailed in each of the last 4 meetings between these two schools. 3 of those contests have come down to the wire with only 3 points as the margin of victory. As Jet Duffy's been scrambling all afternoon, and he will scramble to the 30-yard line. A pickup of 13. Corey Bentley came in with the pressure, but Duffy felt it and picked up the big gainer.
First time TCU brings the blitz, Jet Duffy makes him pay.
So first down and 10 at the 31.
And maybe that's what he needed. Maybe he needed a run. Maybe he needs something good to happen to him to get this offense going. Now they're in good position to try to go down and get points.
Quick throw to the wide side of the field. Pickup of 9. Let's get an update. Go to the studio. Kevin?
All right, Dave, AT&T Best Performance brings us to State College. Penn State off the loss last week to Minnesota. Indiana ranked for the first time since '94. Peyton Ramsey, 1-yard QB sneak. The Hoosiers lead this game 14-10. Dave.
Texas Tech working fast. That one is incomplete. It'll be third down and about a yard, maybe yard and a half coming up for the Red Raiders.
Short yardage situation. You got a big back, 6'2", 210, and SaRodorick Thompson. Expect the football to be in his hands. TCU looks like they're playing zone coverage. They love this run here coming across to cut off the backside.
They'll go the handoff with Thompson. Bentley there, but that should be good enough to move the chains. SaRodorick Thompson suffered a twisted ankle last week against West Virginia. Able to practice this week, gets another carry. Came in as the team's leading rusher. Almost 600 yards on the season and 117 carries. Henry back in the game now on second down.
And Henry's the change of pace kind of back. He's a quicker, more elusive type guy back there. But they love to use him in the pass game as well.
Lofts it up to the end zone. That'll be incomplete. Oh, don't forget a good one tonight in the Big 12. The top 2 teams, Oklahoma and Baylor. A lot of folks wondering how Baylor's 13th with an unbeaten record.
This game here could go a long way to some credibility, beating Oklahoma in that ball game tonight. But Charlie Brewer and that offense had to play really well versus a high-powered offense in Oklahoma.
Third down here. Texas Tech 2 out of 3 on third down conversions today. They'll just run with Duffy left side. TCU stretches it out brilliantly, and that'll be a stop. And here comes the kicking unit as Garrett Wallow makes the play for TCU.
Wallow's a kid that we haven't talked much about yet, but he is similar to Jordan Brooks on the other side, a tackling machine. Ardarius Washington did a good job of holding the edge on the other side, forcing a minimal gain there for Jet Duffy.
36-yard field goal attempt. Trey Wolf. He's 15 of 17 on the year. And he will hammer that one through the uprights. No problem at all. Texas Tech on the board, trailed by a couple of touchdowns. Anderson back to return the kick. And it is returnable. He'll field it at the 5-yard line. Anderson running hard out over the 30 to the 31. Hey, this season Taco Bell is celebrating student sections and passionate fans like these by awarding the Liv Moss Student Section of the Year. The Texas Tech Red Raiders student section is already on the national watch list. Go to ESPN.com/Taco Bell to see how your school can compete or get the committee's attention by using hashtag Liv Moss Student Section Contests. Max Duggan off to a good start on the road. 7 of 10, 89 yards. Leads the team in rushing, 5 carries and 46 yards. Has a touchdown pass and a touchdown run. We'll get this one to Barber, who scoots around the edge and gets about 9 yards on that carry. DeMarcus Fields with his 4th tackle from that corner position.
With no Jordan Brooks, Rico Jeffers becomes the key cog in the middle for this Texas Tech defense.
They'll swing it to Barber out of the backfield, and Barber bouncing off a couple of guys, has the first down. For more on that situation about Brooks, let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, Jordan Brooks still in the locker room. Now, he has been dealing with an upper body injury he suffered during West Virginia game last week, so that could be what he's dealing with now. Still in the locker room. And DJ, you mentioned Rico Jeffers. Well, he's the guy who has kind of taken over on the sidelines with the loss of Brooks. Those two actually organized player-led mandatory film study for the linebackers the offseason. That continues all through the season. They meet twice a week on Tuesdays and Thursdays, so Jeffers stepping into that leadership role, no issues.
50 tackles on the year for Jeffers coming into this one. Duggan looking to throw here, steps up in the pocket, fires down the middle, has a man, pass is caught. Rager, touchdown, TCU. 55 yards.
This has been the Achilles heel for Texas Tech this entire season, giving up big plays. And this is a corner route versus their best corners on the outside, DeMarcus Fields, and Rager just beats him across the field. Nobody is even on that side of the field. Just a wonderful throw there by Max Duggan, leading him all the way across the field away from that corner. It's a well-thrown football and a good route, too, by Rager.
Big weekend for Rager as his dad played ball here at Texas Tech, is in their Hall of Fame. Was a standout defensive tackle back in the late 90s. But his dad all purple today as his son making a huge play. 55 yards. Good throw from Duggan to the junior, Jalen Rager. All TCU. And now it's certainly an uphill battle for Texas Tech. Henry bringing it out, has some running room. Henry has a lot of room. And he is tackled from behind around the 37-yard line. A 63-yard return, and that is what Tech needed.
Head coach Matt Wells is all about special teams, and in this ball game where you struggled on both sides of the football, your special teams may be the reason that gets you going. And what a run here by Henry to get him into great field position for your offense.
First down and 10 from the 37-yard line. Gain of about 2, and with that, time to get another update. Thanks, Kevin. Here, Jet Duffy trying to dodge some white jerseys. He'll get out of bounds, maybe pick up a yard, if that. It's just been tough for Jet Duffy to get any time.
And that's not a good sign there. You see John Henry is getting looked at on the sideline over there after that big run on the kickoff return. But you're right, Dave. It's been a struggle offensively for Jett Duffy. And they have to pay off that big return with some points here. And it starts with this third down.
3rd down and 7. Maybe you're thinking 4-down territory here. Pressure comes from the edge. Duffy is hit. They get it near side to Thompson. Thompson dives forward. He'll have the first down. Boy, Duffy took one for the team.
Yeah, I love the play call here by offense coordinator David Yost. Pressure off the edge by Wallow, and he gives just as much time to get this football off for the screen pass. Our lineman out in front, that's a key pickup.
So 1st down and 10 for Texas Tech. Pressure comes again. Duffy makes one man miss. Throws on the run toward the end zone. It's a free-for-all, and Texas Tech wins it. Touchdown, Red Raiders. Was that R.J. Turner with the football? It was.
Took it from one of his own players there on the back end as well. Pressure off the edge from Jeff Gladney. They bring the corner blitz off the edge, and what a good job there by Duffy. Escaping, buying a little time, and then giving his guys an opportunity to come down with a big play there. That's a tough play there by Duffy, and even better catch on the back end from R.J. Turner.
His first touchdown of the year, the graduate transfer from Louisiana Monroe. And the point after is up and good.
Jett Duffy making a play on the edge, giving this guy a chance to come down with it, and R.J. Turner coming down with a big grab.
Texas Tech just picked up the touchdown to make it a 2-touchdown game. But we need to go back and clean this up because there were 2 Texas Tech receivers down there, R.J. Turner and Dalton Rigdon, and they were battling for it. And in live play, it looked like R.J. Turner had it. But at the end of the day, guess who has it? Dalton Rigdon, because right at the end, watch Turner. He grabs the football, and he
tried to take his touchdown from him.
Watch him. He takes it and then holds it up like, give me that ball. Look at it. And Rigdon's tapping him like, way to go, big man.
Oh, man, that's awesome right there. True teamwork right there. Rigdon actually comes down
awesome.
With it.
That is
but
awesome.
Turner gets up and says, I got it.
And then Rigdon's giving him credit. I love it.
Can you ever give a half a touchdown? I mean, both those guys deserve it. What a play there.
That's a sophomore giving it to the grad transfer senior. So see if that doesn't spark a little Texas Tech defensive stop here. They have had a tough time slowing down TCU's offense right now. Horned Frogs have put up 259 yards. And there's a lot of time left here in the second quarter. Short kick. And out to the 25-yard line. Gives us a chance to tell you that this season, for every field goal and extra point made by participating universities, All-State will make a contribution to the university's General Scholarship Fund. Thank you, All-State. Good look at Jones AT&T Stadium. Over 80 luxury suites.
Beautiful. Beautiful looking stadium here for sure.
Last 2 times TCU's been here to Jones AT&T Stadium, they've walked out of here with a victory. Trying to make it 3 in a row. 1st down and 10 from the 25-yard line. Duggan wanted to throw, decides to keep it and slides, picks up a few yards. Once again, no Jordan Brooks on the field right now. The senior linebacker who has a 100-tackle season and has moved up to maybe the #1 middle linebacking prospect for the NFL draft this coming spring.
Not having him on the field is a big deal, and they got to find a way to get the production back that he brought to this defense.
3-man rush. Duggan swings it out to the tailback. Darius Anderson will pick up 3, so a 3rd down on the way.
And this is the down and distance that TCU has really hurt Texas Tech in this ball game and had some big plays. In the first quarter, it was all about Duggan and his ability to make some guys miss and use his legs. And early in this second quarter, it's been his arm. How does TCU counter what Texas Tech want to bring here?
TCU's been really good on third downs through a quarter and a half, 5 out of 6. And pressure comes. Duggan feels it, gets the pass away, and let's see where they spot it. It's going to be real close to the line to gain. Olanalua with the reception. A senior out of Kingswood, Texas.
And that's the thing. Duggan's is doing just enough to keep this offense moving and get first down. That was just a small play, but a really big play, moving outside the pocket just a little bit to create that lane to throw the football to Sable there.
Handoff. Olanalua will pick up 4, and that is not a good sign if you're a Texas Tech fan or a college football fan in general. Jordan Brooks, no pads, no helmet, and he is a spectator for the rest of this game. And you see the numbers and what he has meant to this defense. And, boy, I don't know how you replace that. I don't even know how you come close to replacing that.
It's tough to replace him. And Rico Jeffers is, Don talked about it, he is the next leader in line for him. But the production that Jordan brings to this defense is kind of unmatched, and not having that communication on the field, his athleticism is going to be different.
Pressure comes from the edge. Duggan got hammered right as he got the football away. Timed up by Adam Beck. No flag.
Adam Beck, look, he came around there. He timed it really good. It's close to see. I thought he may have been offside there, but I guess he timed it up really well. And just that quick twitch to come off that edge forces the football out of the hands of Duggan a little bit faster than he wanted to.
So here's another third down. Can the Red Raiders get off the field on this third down? And a flag. I think that's going to be delay of game.
Play game. Offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Texas Tech defense stealing this third and long and giving up big plays. But if I'm Texas Tech, I got to find out where Jalen Rager is. He has really hurt us in this first half. Find Jalen Rager, get 2 guys on him. Do not allow him to pick up this big third down.
Makes it a 3rd and 11.
There's Rager right there in the slot on the top.
Sellout by the Red Raiders. Duggan's throw is caught. First down at the 45. They go to Tay Barber again.
Well, the 2 guys that he's most comfortable with, but watch him climb in his pocket, just hanging there to the very last moment, and delivers a strike right there to Tay Barber for the first down. This freshman, I think, is growing up right in front of our eyes here with all the things happening inside the pocket. Keeps his eyes downfield and delivers a big-time third down completion.
Barber 4 catches, 68 yards. They've gone to him 7 times already. Duggan hit as he let that one go. That'll be incomplete. Hit somebody in that offensive line. Pressure came from Broderick Washington, the senior defensive end.
Yeah, Broderick Washington coming off that top side. And just as Duggan's about to release that football, he hits his guard, Cordell Washington, right in the back of the head with it.
Yeah, the Wagwu. Hey, now he's like.
He's going to turn around and look at his quarterback like, dude, come on.
Second down and 10. Duggan. Well, he's got nowhere to go. This time, he is wrapped up for a loss. Thomas Leggett The safety chases him down for a loss of 6.
Great play by Thomas Leggett, but if I'm Gary Patterson, the one thing I'm going to tell my freshman quarterback, throw this football away. If you throw this football away, it's 3rd and 10. Now, by taking that sack, now you pushed all the way back in 3rd and very, very long.
Well, this is a defense that possesses Douglas Coleman, who leads the country with 8 interceptions. This is his time on a 3rd down and 17. Keep an eye on number 3 in the secondary. And there's a flag. I think Texas Tech jumped, loose football. Looked like Beck, who moments ago timed it up perfectly. This time a little too early.
Offside. Defense. In the neutral zone, it's snap number 24. It's a 5-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay 3rd down.
And here's Adam Beck right here. He's going to end up creeping up on the line of scrimmage. And that's where the offsides happen, giving TCU another opportunity to convert this 3rd down. And that's the last thing this defense needs to do, is give them another opportunity. Like more pressure again.
Duggan makes a man miss, throws and sails it out of bounds. So Texas Tech will get the defensive stop. Pressure again. Adam Beck getting in the backfield, causing some problems, and here comes the TCU punt team.
This is the 6th pressure they brought today, and it's the exact same blitz they brought on the previous 3rd down. And Beck just uses that speed to beat that tackle and force the football to be thrown away by TCU. What a great job of Texas Tech getting off the field finally on 3rd down, giving their offense maybe another opportunity to go down here and get points before half.
Jukes Wabuka back to return this punt of Jordan Sandy. It'll hit, and it'll be touched by TCU around the 10-yard line. So timeout on the field. TCU up 24-10. Texas Tech, though, a little mo on their side of the field.
7 and 9. Kids are all over
Hey,
that.
16 and 14. They're all over that. Inside handoff. We'll get a couple as they start this drive. Backed up at the 10-yard line. Let's go to Kevin Connors, get an update.
Hey, Dave, coming up on the Army National Guard halftime report, we'll look ahead to the big 3 ranked matchups today. Coach Anacho will play pick'em on them. We'll check in on Alabama, show you how they're bouncing back rather nicely, thank you, after the loss last week to LSU. And Penn State and Michigan in action. We'll show you those highlights coming up, Dave.
Oh, big hit. Pass is incomplete. Vernon Scott lays out Henry, and he is slow to get up. The crowd thought there might have been some sort of flag, but there is nothing on the turf.
Duffy's just fighting off defenders here, trying to get rid of the football. Takes a late hit, and Henry takes the brunt of it after that ball is delivered by Duffy. And it's good to see him back on the field. We saw him earlier getting his ankle looked at, but good to see him back.
So now it's 3rd down and 8. Jet Duffy slowing things down here on a crucial 3rd down. 3-man rush. Flag is down at the line of scrimmage. And Duffy is wrapped up and dropped. Boy, it's just tough for him. If they're getting pressure on him with a 3-man rush and dropping 8, where does he go?
Looks like they got enough opportunity, though, because it looked like it was offsides on TCU.
Offside. Defense, number 28, lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Replay 3rd down.
That's why they're able to get to him. They're offsides right there, giving this offense another opportunity here for Jet Duffy to get something going here before half. This offense hasn't been impressive. They've had some good moments, but this is a key down. They got to convert this here.
So now it's 3rd down and 3. See if Gary Patterson goes with a 4-man rush on a 3rd and 3. And he will bring 4. Quick slant over the middle. It's incomplete. So TCU does get the stop. And here comes the punt team.
And here's a sticks route, we call it. You get to the top of the sticks and come right across, and he leads him just a little bit too far inside as Ezukama, and not able to bring that football in. And Texas Tech not able to capitalize after the penalty on TCU.
Austin McNamara to punt it away. Travius Hodges-Tomlinson back to return. Fair catch called for, and there's contact. That'll be some free yardage for TCU.
That's pretty unfortunate. Football rolled all the way down to the 19-yard line. Would have been great field position for Texas Tech's defense.
Kicking team number 82. It's a 15-yard penalty from the spot of the foul. 1st down.
You see Coach Wells in the ear of Carter as he comes right into him. And he just got to figure out where the football is, especially with the Rager coming right at him with his hands up. He's got to find a way to get out of the way.
It's a teaching moment. I have a lot of those at home.
you and me both.
Yeah.
I'm probably a little bit more at 16 and 14.
Yeah. 1st down and 10. Great field position for the Horned Frogs at the 45. Duggan, he's dropped back at the 41. Rico Jeffers. A loss of 10.
And here's where you talk about a guy having to step up. Rico Jeffers is right over the center, and he comes on what we call a green dog blitz. Because the back blocks, he adds on, and now he gets the sack, uses his speed to run down Duggan. And now you force this offense now into long yardage situations, and you dictate what you want to see on defense now.
2nd and 20. Duggan keeps it, and he slides. He'll only get a couple of yards. Leggett with a stop, his 3rd today. So now it's 3rd down and long. I mean, really long. You got to get all the way down to the Texas Tech 35.
And ideally, if you're Texas Tech, you want to play more coverage. You want to drop 8 guys into coverage and try to get pressure with 3 and tackle and get off the field.
This is where Texas Tech has had some issues on 3rd down and longs, keeping guys from running free. They will drop 8, rush 3. Duggan. Underhand toss, and that would have been a circus catch by Barber. It falls incomplete. So 4th down, here comes the punt team.
Texas Tech playing with a couple spies. As soon as Duggan's about to take off, they go attacking. But watch the little underhand toss here. He tries to get to Barber. If Barber keeps running, he probably catches that in stride. But creative play there by the young freshman. But good defensive series for Texas Tech.
Jordan Sandy to punt it away. Chooks Wabuka back to return the punt. That one is shanked off to the right. It is a short kick. See where they end up spotting this. It'll be right around the 32-yard line.
I'm sure Texas Tech fans are really excited to watch their man Patrick Mahomes get back on the winning track.
Yeah, a lot of number 5 jerseys around Jones AT&T Stadium. Just so much fun to watch Patrick play. So creative.
Yeah. Talked to a lot of people around here about Patrick Mahomes, and they just said they thought he was a good player. It would be good, but they expected to take off the way he's done and be NFL MVP in his 2nd year.
Duffy going up top, has a man. R.J. Turner to the 5. Give him 6. 70 yards. And that one will go in the R.J. Turner ledger. Well, he tried to steal a touchdown from Dalton Rigdon earlier in this game. This one's all his. Point after is no good. Trey Wolf misfires on the point after. First miss this year. But they do get 6 on the board with 1:55 to go before halftime.
R.J. Turner's right here in the middle of the screen. He's going to come up, and then he's just going to leak down his sideline, and they just lose him in coverage. And Jet Duffy does a really good job of laying the football out to him, catching it in stride, and R.J. Turner will not have to share this touchdown. What a big play for this offense to put themselves right back into this ball game after a very, very tough and slow start.
Jet Duffy gets the touchdown pass. Duffy now 9 of 18, 188 yards, 2 touchdowns and a pick. And just like that, it's now an 8-point game.
And there's that leadership there from Duffy, going around talking to his linemen, encouraging them. That's what you need when things weren't going well. Now you're starting to play at the level that you think your offense should be. The leadership that this team needs is coming from Duffy right now to bring his football team back and give them opportunity here in this first half.
Kick taken by Anderson. Bounces off a couple of his own guys and still on his feet. And boy, what a fantastic return out over the 30-yard line by Anderson. Marcus Fields with the special teams tackle. So you have 1:44 on the clock, 1 timeout left for TCU, and you're up 8.
Well, we've seen them be able to score with urgency. This offense can strike big, and the way TCU has given up a bunch of big plays down the field already in this ball game, there are opportunities to throw the football down the field. Now, the last couple of possessions have been really good for Texas Tech on defense. They've gotten it to Duggan a couple times.
Duggan will throw. Pass is catch. That'll be a gain of 6. Duggan so far in this game, 13 out of 20, 175, a couple of touchdowns. He has rushed for 33 yards, factoring in those sacks. He's taken a couple of big losses here lately. Olanalua picks up 3. Jeffers now with 7 tackles. A sack. He also has a quarterback pressure as on a quick snap. TCU trying to get the first down, and they'll go with Duggan, and they'll have it.
And now they can get into the tempo, the up-pace style of offense that they're used to, because they got that first down, which is the most important.
Duggan underneath. That pass is caught. Stevens stays in bounds. Clock continues to move. Picks up 7 under a minute.
Adam Back, number 24, who has played really well in this first half, has to tackle better in space. They're going to check it down. They're going to play coverage, but you have to tackle when you have the opportunity.
Bringing some pressure. Pass a little bit behind, intended target Hunt, and it'll be 3rd down and 4.
The last few times they've been in this situation, Texas Tech has brought pressure. Their pressure is one extra guy off the edge, which has been Adam Beck for a majority of this second quarter. Be interesting to see if they bring it again to try to get the football out of the hands of Max Duggan. Here comes Beck.
They pick it up. Duggan on the run, throws back, hits Barber, first down.
Now this is next level here for this freshman here. This play was completely covered. He ran all the way to the sideline to the last possible moment, and Barber uncovered for him and picked up a key first down right there. What a good play by the freshman Duggan, and then Barber having the wherewithal to uncover and get open.
Adam Beck is the injured Red Raider on the near sideline. We'll step aside for a moment. There is Adam Beck, the injured Red Raider. Good to see him walking under his own power toward that locker room with 38 seconds to go before halftime. Hopefully he can get back in the field and nothing too serious with him. First down and 10. There's Anderson, who will step out of bounds with 33 seconds on the clock. Only gets about a yard, maybe two.
Duggan understanding when you got 33 seconds on the clock, you don't have to push the football down the field. Try to pick up some more yards to possibly get into field goal range. It would be ideal for TCU going into half.
Duggan under pressure. Throws and gets the pass away. He was outside the tackle box. Ball went past the line of scrimmage, so no flag for intentional grounding. Nick McCann putting the pressure on the youngster.
Yeah, Nick McCann coming right up the gut there, almost bringing Duggan down. Really good job of Duggan getting rid of that football, but the pressure from just 4 up front has created some havoc for this TCU offensive line here in the second quarter. And they've been able to play more coverage on the back end because of the pressure of that front 4.
How about 9 out of 12 on third downs for TCU? How about 12 third down conversion attempts in the first half? Wow. And Texas Tech's had a tough time getting off the field. Again, these two coaches have talked about it with their teams, the importance of the stretch of 3 games remaining and the importance really of this game to get them in the spot to become bowl eligible. You see what TCU has in front of them. Oklahoma on the road, then West Virginia at home, and their FPI chance to win against Oklahoma just 11%. Meanwhile, for Texas Tech, they will finish up at Texas in just a 24% chance according to the FPI. So this one's the one you got to have, right? I mean, you got to have it.
And I think that's the emphasis of when you came into this ball game is can't look down the road, because this is probably the coin flip game here for both teams. You said at the beginning of the open day, 2 teams with the same identical record, and this ball game matters the most because of that ending schedule, which is pretty tough for both teams.
TCU had a 54% chance to win this game according to the FPI. Right now they lead by 8, 26 seconds to go. Look at a 3rd and 8. Pressure comes. Underneath route, caught by Darius Davis. And that'll be a first down. Sonny Cumbie saying,
gotta clock it.
Clock the football, and he does. So Duggan listens to his offensive coordinator. Sonny Cumbie, of course, he could sling it pretty well for this Texas Tech team back in his day.
Put up a lot of big numbers for the Red Raiders for sure, and did a lot versus TCU, but we talked to him yesterday. He was excited to see his freshman play and see the growth that he has had over the last few games. And this is another learning experience for him coming down here to the wire here at the half. And who's on the other side of that for Cal there, Dave?
Joel Filani. Catching some of those passes from Sonny Cumbie, and of course Joel, one of the receiver coaches for Texas Tech. He says, he's been here a few times with TCU, so it's still special to come back home, but he says some of that emotion he had when he first came back, not quite there, but still loves this place and meant a lot to him. Quick hitter goes to John Stevens, and he will take it down to the 20, a 15-yard pickup. 13 seconds, and Duggan will clock it again.
The good thing about it is they get to keep that timeout on the board. So they have maybe 1 or 2 more shots if they want to take one into the end zone, but you still have that timeout to throw the football in the middle of the field where you can get your field goal unit on the field. Well, this is where the freshman has to be really, really careful with the football. They've done a really good job so far on this drive. He has to take care of the football here because they're already in field goal range.
TCU 3 for 3 in red zone opportunities today. Inside handoff goes to Anderson. He powers his way to the 10, and quick timeout taken by TCU with 6 seconds. Do you give it one quick shot? No, they're going to kick it.
Yeah, you got to go ahead and take those points. Anything can happen here. 6 is right on the edge of where you possibly could take a shot, but
why not take a shot at the end zone right there?
I think where you're at right now, to go into halftime with points is probably the positive thing to do here. Right on the edge, that 6 seconds is where a lot of teams call where, hey, we can't run another play.
Well, just the play before that, why not take a shot at it?
I'm with you. I think they may have been playing for the field goal by busting that run up in there. But I'm sure they'll be happy with 3 points here going to halftime. Really good drive there to get down to this position.
I mean, Jonathan Song, their kicker, has been sensational. Throwing Griffin Kell, who is 3 out of 4 in field goals. All told, these guys came into this game with just 2 misses between them, 20 out of 22. This will be a 28-yarder for Jonathan Song. From the near hash. Good clean snap, and the kick is on the way, and he hammers it through the uprights. Texas Tech will get the football first to start the second half. An important game for these two clubs. Both sit with 4 wins. Just 3 games remaining. A short pooch kick taken around the 25-yard line by Carter, and he'll be dropped around the 32. Some injury news from Texas Tech. For more on that, let's go down to Dawn.
Yeah, well, spill your guts and keep believing. That was actually the message that head coach Matt Wells delivered to his guys in that locker room. He said for some reason they just did not start sharp, and he said he liked the way his quarterback was able to respond, even though he is feeling the pressure. He told his team that they have got to hit some more big plays. That was the key, and that was the difference. He thought those big plays allowed them to get into a rhythm. They need to do more of that in the second half.
Yeah, and he's going to have to try to find somebody to fill that hole in the middle without their super talented inside linebacker Jordan Brooks as this game moves forward. Rico Jeffers has played well, but they got to find a way to put some points on the board against TCU. And there again, pressure comes, and Duffy will pick up the first down around the 46-yard line. Heck of an effort by the quarterback to go 13 yards.
Yeah, you're talking about being slippery. Another pressure here, stun up on the inside, and he finds a way to get away from Ross Blacklock and creates on its own with his legs. This is the style in which they want him to have to play with at times because of the pressure we talked about, Dave, that TCU has put on him.
First down and 10 from the 46-yard line. Well, they were trying to set up that screen, and Duffy rolls the other way, and he'll scramble again. This time he'll get to midfield. He'll pick up 4.
Sometimes when your offense is not clicking, you're not hitting on all cylinders, and you have an athletic quarterback like Jet Duffy is, use his legs to get this offense going is probably the best thing for this offense to find a rhythm. And once they find that, then they can start using the pass game or using the run game a little bit more to be acclimated in this system. But right now, Jet Duffy is the offense and creating it for him.
Henry in the backfield, standing to the right of Jet Duffy, the junior out of Mansfield, Texas. Little sidearm sling and a huge hit. Boy, the crowd wants a flag. There is not one. Jeff Gladney just leveled Dalton Rigdon. And there is a flag now. The sophomore receiver, Dalton Rigdon, still on the ground.
Personal foul, targeting. Defense number 12. It's a 15-yard penalty, automatic first down. That plays under further review.
He throws it into a cover 2 corner, so the corner is already looking back, and as soon as he turns around, Gladney is there. And the first thing to look and see is, does he lead with that helmet? And he hits him squarely with that helmet right in the face mask as Rigdon turns around.
Defenseless player, and that shot looks to be above the shoulders.
I think this call will be confirmed. If that's so, Rigdon will be. Gladney is a big part of their defense. One of their top corners, losing him would not be good for this TCU defense.
40 career starts for Jeff Gladney, a senior out of New Boston, Texas.
Invited to the Senior Bowl. He's a valuable player for him. And here's another look at it.
Well, I just hope Rigdon is okay. I mean, that shot that's hard to watch. Knowing that young man took a shot, the mouthpiece came flying out. They're still working on him. God, the way that head just snaps back. Ugh.
Yeah, we think we just saw Rigdon sit up.
After further review, the ruling on the field of targeting has been confirmed. Number 12 is disqualified.
Yeah, I thought that was clear and obvious. Led with that helmet. And you mentioned it, Dave, against a defenseless player. And just great to see Dalton Rigdon get up, and he's now walking off the field. Of course, he's probably going to be a little woozy, a little sore. But that is a really good sign to see him be able to get up and walk off on his own power.
Dalton Rigdon has a touchdown catch today, 4 receptions, 75 yards. And, you know, first thoughts are you hope the young man's okay.
Absolutely.
I mean, like, that is certainly out front of this whole discussion. The second part of it is that for this Texas Tech team, you're now losing 2 outstanding receivers. As TJ Vasher, of course, violation of team rules, not here. And now Rigdon looks like he may be done for the day. Duffy going up top, first play since the targeting. Touchdown, Red Raiders, 32 yards, R.J. Turner. R.J. Turner. You need somebody to step up when you're down a couple of receivers, and R.J. Turner has provided that. A 70-yard touchdown in the first half, and now picks up that one. And caps off a 5-play, 67-yard drive with the 32-yard reception. They're going to go for 2 here. Little speed sweep to McLean. Mannix trying to get the corner, and he is lit up at about the 3-yard line. There is a flag down on the near side, however.
Illegal formation. More than 4 in the backfield. That penalty's declined. The try is no good.
So a 5-point lead for TCU early third quarter football.
R.J. Turner with the slug go right over the shoulder. What a big-time catch for R.J. Turner. Jet Duffy excited, happy as he's got his ball club right back into it.
Trey Wolf will kick it off. Darius Anderson will watch it sail into the end zone. And speaking of that freshman quarterback, DJ, what do you think of the first half?
Well, I thought he did a really good job of using his athleticism to get that team going, especially in the first quarter, using his legs to create some plays. And then when they were there, he took some shots and threw really accurate footballs and got his team up with some big scores. He's done it with his arms and his legs in that first half.
That spotlight brought to you by Exxon Mobil. 214 yards through the air. Threw for just 140 last week. Had 3 interceptions as well. So pretty solid first half. You'll take 27 points on the board, won't you? Any half.
Every day of the week.
Play clock down to 1. They just do get the snap away. They'll hand it off to Anderson trying to get the edge. He'll pick up 3 before he is hit out of bounds by Alex Hogan. Boy, some chirping going on now. This one's turned into a ball game. Remember, TCU led 17-0 in the first quarter. Actually led 24-3 at one point. But Tech has rallied the troops.
Looks like pressure from Texas Tech. Max trying to slide the line to the protection call.
Delayed blitz over the middle. Pass is incomplete. There are no flags. Trying to hit Hunt, and Hogan in on that cover. Let's go down to Dawn and get an update on Texas Tech.
Yeah, Dave, when I asked Coach Wells, how do you fill the shoes of Jordan Brooks, he simply said, you don't, and just stared at me. Finally, he said, you know, lots of guys have to step up. Another defensive lineman, another linebacker maybe. He said he's the best linebacker in the entire country. You just can't replace him. It's a huge loss for us. Now, he is on the sideline interacting with his defense in street clothes.
Hurt in that first half, left the game, and returned in the sweatshirt and the knit cap. Texas Tech selling out. Pass underneath. Caught by Hunt, and he is stopped shy of the line at the 32-yard line. A pickup of 4. They needed 7.
They bring pressure, and TCU does a good job of really picking it up. But he gets down to the shallow cross route, and look at Douglas Coleman close on this route here, so he doesn't get the first down. We talk about Coleman and getting all the interceptions, but that's a big-time tackle in open space to get his defense off the field.
Jordan Sandy to punt it away. It's a high kick. Good hang time. Fair catch called for. And Texas Tech will have it after the 39-yard punt. Tonight, this one's a matchup of the top teams in the Big 12. Number 10, Oklahoma, takes on unbeaten and number 13, Baylor. The Sooners are 25-3 all-time against the Bears, and they've won the last 4. That's coming your way 7:30 Eastern time on ABC and the ESPN app. It's our Saturday night football game presented by Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's. And, of course, both these teams lost to Baylor in overtimes this year. But, DJ, what do you make of the Sooners and the Bears?
Well, I think it's probably the biggest game of the season because Baylor, representing the Big 12, trying to get into the college football playoff, winning is of the essence for them. And Oklahoma has been kind of the matching stick for the entire Big 12. And if they can get a win tonight, that would be pivotal for going forward and getting that ranking a little bit higher.
They'll come near side with it. That pass is caught by Thompson, he'll pick up 3.
Watch Jet Duffy here. Just the movement inside the pocket, just a little bit here and there, and then getting down to his check down. That's what you like to see. He's done a really good job of trying to find avenues to throw throughout the ball game. But that just shows you that his mental capacity is really, really strong, and he's starting to understand how to play this quarterback position at a really high level.
3rd down and 4. Duffy flushed out of the pocket and just gets it away. The TCU comes up with a stand. Here comes that Red Raider punt team.
And Dave, it goes back to what you talked about, is that front 4 of TCU has really wreaked havoc so far in this ball game and haven't given Jet Duffy a lot of time to throw the football. And it's been really cloudy inside the pocket for him. Big time stop for TCU as well as they get Texas Tech off the field.
Rager back to return the punt of Austin McNamara. Well, that's a good kick. Really high. Fair catch called for at the 10-yard line. A 52-yard punt. TCU with the football. They lead it by 5. They'll turn it over to the true freshman, Max Duggan, when we come back. And a heartbreaking loss. Here's the catch from Rager. And, of course, social media all over the cleat marks of Max Duggan.
Do you think that's just like randomly like the 40-yard line somewhere, or that's really right there inside the 3-yard line?
Oh, I know somebody took that. Is actually right there at the 3-yard line. But final score, Baylor wins it 29-23 and
what a game.
3 overtimes. And, of course, Texas Tech lost in double overtime to Baylor. But a heart-wrenching, gut-wrenching loss for TCU last week. Three-man rush. Pass batted down at the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd down. Broderick Washington making the play for the Red Raiders. You see what has to be done for Gary Patterson's club. They need to win 2 of these last 3. Of course, only an 11% chance to win at Oklahoma next week. That's why this is such a big deal. And it's a big deal for Texas Tech. They're in the same boat.
Big 3rd down here. Played a lot of zone the last few times. See if Texas Tech brings pressure.
Little option game. Duggan. He will get it out to the 1st down line, and you can move the chains. Gain of 6.
This is just a good job of getting vertical. They haven't played pretty well. You see him right there. Stick his foot in the ground and try to pick up those 3 or 4 yards you need, and you fall forward.
Fresh set of downs for TCU. Handed off to Anderson. Big collision at the line of scrimmage, but he'll still pick up 4.5, maybe 5. He and Adam Beck got to know each other on that play.
And Beck has been the guy. He plays what they call the spur position for him. He's got 6 tackles in the ball game already, but he plays the spur position. He's the guy that sets the edge on their defense and tries to eliminate the number 2 receiver. So he's a big part of what they do. We've seen him blitz. We've seen him tackle off the edge. He has to play a big role, kind of the linebacker, nickelback kind of position for this defense.
Duggan throws, passes caught. Hunt has it. He's out over the 40 and dropped there. They'll spot him at the 41. That's a 13-yard pickup.
And this is just really smart on Hunt's job. He does a good job of sitting down in there. You see the escapability there for Duffy to find Hunt in the middle of the field, but he sat in that zone and made a really good play.
Anderson will pick up 3. Rico Jeffers with another tackle. He's got 9 of those today.
Another good part of this TCU offense is they've done a really good job on 1st and 2nd down. They have had positive yards. They talked about not having any negative yards on early downs, and they've done that for the majority of this ball game.
Here's Anderson again. He's close to midfield. That'll bring up a 3rd and short as he picks up 4. You know, one thing about this Texas Tech defense, they've been pretty solid against the run this year. It's just been giving up that big play. We've seen it today.
And that's been the crucial part of it is they've turned people over, but they've given up big plays. Coming into this ball game, they had 45 plays of 20-plus yards that they had given up.
How about in the last 3 games, they've given up 10 pass plays over 40 yards.
Yeah. And here's the situation here. You got so many guys dedicated to the line of scrimmage.
And there it is. Offsides Carter Ware. I think there's actually 3 or 4 flags coming out.
Start. Offense, number 47. It's a 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
And it is Carter.
And here's Carter right at the top up here who gets the false start penalty as he sees a little bit. He tries to hold his water. Well, this is where you get an opportunity for this crowd to get into it. Your defense can feed off of it. Big 3rd down opportunity here to get off the field for Texas Tech.
Hutchings back on the field after leaving a moment ago on this 3rd down and 8. Duggan. He'll be dropped back at the 37. Xavier Benson with the sack and a loss of 6.
Benson gets the sack, but the reason this play is made is Beck right off the edge. Watch him seal this edge right here. We talked about that position he plays. He doesn't allow Duggan to get outside, and now he has to go back inside, and then you see Benson come down and run that quarterback down. Really good job of Beck of holding and setting that edge and forcing Duggan to tuck back inside.
Well, they're big on Benson down the road. Say he has a great upside. 6'3", 220, redshirt freshman. Wobbly kick. Nice return will set up Texas Tech. At midfield, a 23-yard return. Interesting here in Lubbock. Jet Duffy trying to turn things around after a sluggish start. Since that 6 for 13 beginning, he's 6 out of 10 with 3 touchdown passes. The last one, 32 yards to R.J. Turner, who also has a 70-yarder. Duffy looking to throw here, trying to set up a screen. They get it to Henry. Boy, TCU rallied to the ball very quickly there, limiting the gain to just about 2 yards.
Give Garrett Wallow on the other side a lot of credit for slowing that play down. He had 2 or 3 guys out in front of him. He was able to slow down the back so he couldn't have a huge gain.
Inside handoff goes to Henry. You know, we haven't talked a whole lot about Garrett Wallow, but number 30 in white today has, second in the Big 12, only to Jordan Brooks in tackles per game, averaging about 10.5, which is 8th best in the FBS. Brooks is 7th best in the FBS.
Garrett's a guy who had 19 tackles for SMU, so he's familiar to being around the ball.
Duffy, boy, tiptoeing around that pocket. Still on his feet. How about this run from Jet Duffy? Wow! That'll get them on their feet here in Lubbock.
Change Jet Duffy's name to Houdini. How he was able to get out of this. I mean, you're talking about making the entire defensive line miss from TCU. Incredible play.
Flags down. Duffy wide open. Touchdown. There's Akuma wide open. Somebody busted a coverage. 33 yards. But flags are down.
Offside. Defense, number 32. The penalties decline. Touchdown.
As you call it, he's over here on the left side, and he just gets lost in coverage. Nobody even sees him. He's running right down the middle of the field. Probably the easiest touchdown throw that Jett Duffy has had in his career. Pretty big play.
Going for 2. Duffy stands in the pocket, throws, and no flags. But Texas Tech down 17-0 early in this game, now has the lead, 28-27. Just over 5 minutes to go here in the third quarter. Red Raiders have rallied.
You can only imagine what that scramble play of 11, 12 yards, whatever it was, can ignite a team. That was a really fun play to watch. But Duffy, call him Houdini, man. That was crazy.
Trey Wolf will kick it away. That'll sail into the end zone, and another look at that touchdown.
So you're wondering how he got so open, but here's the first part. O'Shawn Mathis does not get off the field. There's the offsides, but watch this corner here. They're going to run a little seam throw here, and he gets picked off, and here comes Ezukama running right through the middle of that defense. O'Shawn Mathis never gets off, and there's the small little pick play. Runs into another receiver, falls down, and Ezukama is wide open. Big time play, and give Duffy a lot of credit for finding him and seeing him. But sometimes the most wide open guys are sometimes the toughest ones to throw.
I was thinking the same thing. But they completed it. 4 touchdown passes today for Jett Duffy. Now Max Duggan, can he answer back? Throws a seed out here to the near side. Jalen Reagor with that catch. That's a gain of 11. 3 catches now for Jalen.
And Reagor's their guy. He has been the big playmaker for them when they want to throw the football down the field, along with Tate Barber, number 4. But those 2 guys, you're Texas Tech, you got to keep your eyes on them because they can change this ball game at any given moment.
Olanalua in the backfield. They'll fake it to him. Duggan's pass is batted down at the line of scrimmage. Eli Howard busted up the middle, got right in the face of Max Duggan.
Eli Howard is, see it right in the middle, comes up, fights off a double team, and when you can't get to the quarterback, the number 1 rule for defensive linemen, get your hands up. Nice job of Eli Howard there, getting his hands up and getting a deflection on Max Duggan.
Eli Howard, he's been playing as a graduate. He already has his undergrad degree for 2 years now and still has 1 year of eligibility left. Olanalua with a big gainer that'll pick up the first down. A gain of 12.
And this is the hidden part of TCU's offense. They spread you out with these receivers, go 4 or 5 wide, and then they'll run the back in there when you have this light box with only 4 or 5 guys inside. And you got a big physical back there, 6'3", 240. And Olanalua, he tough downhill runner, and you can see it on that run there.
That guy runs a 4.4 740, benches 470 pounds, has a 40-inch vertical leap.
That's not right, Dave.
And earned his degree in 3.5 years. There's Barber on the outside. Flag comes in. That's going to go against TCU. Gain of 8, but that one's coming back.
Holding. Offense number 74. 10-yard penalty. Previous spot, first down.
74 is Andre Coker right in front of us right here. He's going to get the hole, cut off the edge.
That's
he gets
legal.
a little bit of face mask.
That's legal, right?
Yeah, if you're Andrew Coker, you think it's legal.
It's legal in the front yard on a Sunday afternoon.
Not on Saturday, buddy.
So first down and 20. Duggan all day to throw. Gets about 8 of it back. Let's go get an update. Kevin, what's happening? I tell you, though, Kevin, that Gator defense is so tough. Once Florida gets a lead, it's hard. It's going to be hard for Missouri to make any kind of challenge.
More pressure from Texas Tech off the edge.
Duggan going up top, just out of the reach of Rager. And now Rager comes up hobbling.
Yeah, that's hammy.
And that is no good for TCU.
And they had it exactly what they wanted. And we saw Texas Tech come in with the blitz. And the reason this ball wasn't as accurate, he had pressure. You see Rager right at the end coming up a little gimpy there. But another big third down here for TCU.
Duggan lit up as he throws it. Looking deep. Passes. Caught by Tay Barber. My goodness. Both ends amazing. 39 yards.
When your teammates turn on the tape and they watch what their freshman quarterback does here, standing in the eye of pressure, taking that hit from Rico Jefferson and then Tay Barber, tracking that football down, making a big-time catch, paying it off for his quarterback. That is what you call execution at its highest level for TCU.
7 catches, 122 yards for Tay Barber, who was limited earlier this year with an injury. First 5 games, 0 receptions. Last 4+. You can give him 24 catches. Alana Lewis still on his feet, driving the pile inside the 10. Boy, that just sucked the life, it seems like, out of the stadium here, that big play a moment ago.
Just a half a second. That's the margin of error in this game. You're a half a second off from getting a big hit on Duggan, and he delivers a big-time throw. This kid is impressive for a true freshman and showing some real true grit today.
How about 38 pass attempts today? 23 out of 38, 289, couple of TDs, no interceptions. And Rager, good news for TCU, bad news for Texas Tech. Rager's back on the field. He'll line up in the slot. Alana trying to drive the pile again. This time it's not going to work. Black jerseys force him to the turf. Led by Hutchings. Boy, you see what's happened to TCU. They have given life to Red Raider land.
And if I'm TCU defensively, the one thing I have to worry about now is the running ability of Max Duggan down here. We haven't seen him run as much here in the second half, but in the first half, you heard him so many times. If everything's covered, watch for the running ability of Duggan.
3rd down and 3. There it is. Duggan trying to run for it, and he won't get it. Adrian Fry hanging on for dear life. But now you're looking at 4th down and 2. That'll be the end of the 3rd quarter. That'll give Gary Patterson and company an opportunity to think about what they want to do. Boy, these games between Texas Tech and TCU the last 4 years have been awesome. This is another one that's going to come down to the end. 4th quarter football on the other side. So Jonathan Song coming on the field to attempt the field goal from the near hash mark, a 25-yard attempt, trying to give TCU the lead. The opening play of the 4th quarter. And the kick is good. So Song accomplishes his task, and it's now 30-28, TCU out in front. Dave Neal alongside DJ Shockley, and DJ, TCU got off to such a great start. Looked like they were in complete control. What is it about Texas Tech that has allowed them to get back into this game as we have just about 15 minutes remaining?
It's the quarterback play. I mean, I love this game right now. Two quarterbacks are fighting. They're tough. They're gritty. They're getting their teams back into this ball game, playing at a high level. And Duffy's had to do it with his arm. He struggled in that first half, but he's been able to get some things going down the field. He's stuck in the pocket. He's made some really electrifying runs inside the pocket. But his versatility has gotten this team back into this ball game, and he has been fun to watch. But you got to give credit to both teams, man. Both defenses are really just trying to hang on with how well these offenses are playing.
Jett Duffy, 262 yards and those 4 touchdown passes. He's also scrambled around for 41 yards, averaging about 6 yards per rush. I mean, both these quarterbacks, their numbers are very similar. 289 through the air for Duggan. He's also rushed the football for 35 yards today. And that kick will sail into the end zone, and the Red Raiders will have it at the 25. Time to get an update. Let's check in with Kevin again. Boy, Jonathan Taylor, just a beast. How about those names he was rattling off right there?
Oh, man, I was listening to him like Ron Dane. I mean, come on. Some of those guys in their days were just monsters and beasts in their own right, and Jonathan Taylor was right there with them.
Texas Tech comes near side with it. McLean Mannix, transfer from Nevada, picks up 11 yards. And he'll get some more work today, especially with the injury to Dalton Rigdon early in the third quarter. I know TJ Vasher is suspended for violation of team rules.
And they've done a really good job of stretching this TCU defense horizontally as well as hitting them in some vertical shots. They're making them cover every inch of this field.
This time TCU able to get their hands around Jett Duffy. Ross Blacklock in the middle of that line making the play.
Love the pressure up front, but you also got to give a lot of credit to Duffy because a lot of times when he gets this pressure, he's still working up in the pocket. So it's minimal loss, if that. But TCU has to find a way to get him on the ground once they get back there.
Haven't really seen Texas Tech go the tempo today that they normally would go. It's been on the slower side for the Red Raiders. High throw, that one's incomplete. It'll be 3rd down and 10.
Yeah, trying to go to Ezukamo on the sideline, but nothing there. And this has been a key down for both sides here on 3rd down. This is a 3rd long situation, and when we had a chance to talk to David Yost, he talked about things that he's really comfortable with, and Duffy and other throws are over the middle, digs and comebacks. See if he can find those now.
3-man rush, so Duffy has time to air it out, has a man, passes, caught that around the 13-yard line. Ezukuma with a huge reception. He beat Julius Lewis. It's 51 more yards.
They just go switch release from outside in, and he just runs right by Julius Lewis. And another dagger on 3rd down for Jett Duffy.
Thompson down to the 6-yard line. Vernon Scott with the stop.
And this will be really good for Texas Tech if they were able to run the football down here in the red zone where everything shrinks.
Now they're going tempo. They'll keep it with Duffy. He's to the 5 and stood up there. The line to gain is right around the 3-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down and a couple of yards.
This is tough to throw the football down here in the red zone where everything is really condensed. Duffy has to do a really good job of throwing the football accurately down here with how many guys are going to be dropping in coverage. Similar aspect we talked about with Duggan. They have to keep an eye on Duffy using his legs to run.
Throwing the fade. Incomplete in the corner of the end zone. Trying to get it to R.J. Turner. Now it's 4th down, and here comes the kicking unit.
It's a really good response, though, by Texas Tech after TCU getting the field goal on their last drive. Texas Tech comes rolling right back and looking to take the lead here.
Trey Wolf has hit from 36 today. This is from 24. He is 16 of 18 on the year. Make it 17 of 19. And Texas Tech is now back out in front. A one-point game here in Lubbock. They look lost early in this one, trailing 17-0 and then 24-3. But Matt Wells stayed composed. His team stayed composed. And now leaded by one with 12:21 to play. Some extracurriculars behind the play. No flags. The boys will be separated, and TCU will have the football at the 28-yard line. And Matt Wells trying to build something here at Texas Tech. His first season running this Red Raider team. Likes to be known as a player development program. He says, you know where he is, they're going to get a few guys. They're going to get a couple 5-stars here and there, but for the most part, they're going to have to develop guys.
Dave, what impressed you the most? Because you had an opportunity to talk to him a lot. What did you like the most about Coach Matt Wells?
I just like the way he stayed focused on his core values, and that's how it is. Duggan trying to scramble for some yardage around the 33-yard line. And we talked a little bit about it earlier. When you take over a program, it comes out sometimes as a negative thing, but you're changing a culture, right? And it's not necessarily a bad thing, but he just wants to bring in the attitude that he wants to represent, the way he does things.
And he talked about everything from their diet, nutrition, to how they work out. I mean, every single aspect of this program he wanted to change. And I think you're seeing a lot of that today is the fight and the passion they play with. He said this will always be a team that's always prepared.
Not much happening there for Anderson. For more, let's go down to Dawn.
Shock just mentioned nutrition. That was a big emphasis the minute this coaching staff got here. Strength and conditioning coach Dave Schultz told me that they came in, they evaluated and met with every player individually. They measured 14 skin fold sites to determine body fat and to really let that guide the nutritional protocol. He said they call it brain food as well. He said he has seen a difference in these players with their change in nutrition. He's seen a difference in their focus as well.
Big third down coming up here. 3rd and 4. Duggan's pass to the near side is caught. Tay Barber. They will spot him out of bounds at the 49-yard line. Another big play on a 3rd down, and TCU keeps the drive alive.
And just watch him standing here again under the eye of a pressure, throws a out route from all the way across the other field, and you see once again when you need a big play, he finds Tay Barber. And the speed that Tay Barber plays with is unmatched because he has the ability to break one any single time. And he's hard to cover one-on-one.
How about his day? 137 yards.
So you're saying that's pretty good?
Duggan has gone over 300. He's at 304. 3-man rush. Duggan. Jeffers trying to chase him down, can't get there, and Duggan will scoot into Texas Tech territory at the 44-yard line, give him 7.
Not much there down the field, and this is where Duggan hurt his team, hurt Texas Tech at least in the first half, is using his legs, tight roping down that sideline and pick up another, to get close to another first down here. But that was very, very good from the freshman. And we talked about it before the game, not turning the football over. He's done a good job of taking care of it. And now he's put his team in position on here on a key 2nd down.
Second down and 4. Gary Patterson lost his voice in the first half, could barely do our interview at the break. Anderson close to the line to gain. He might be a touch short. See what they do with it. Looks like it's going to be 3rd down and inches coming up.
That's 3rd and inches. I know a guy who can get you a couple inches. Sewell, 6'3", 240. You talked about him being able to squat 770. Expect this football to be somewhere in his hands.
Olanalua, who you're talking about, 240 pounds in the backfield. And they will run it with the big fella. He'll have the first down at the 36. He'll pick up 5. Alex Hogan had the unenviable task of trying to tackle big 3-3. Now TCU going a little tempo. Duggan going up top, throwing into coverage, and that one's incomplete. Trying to hit Rager. Hogan back there in coverage.
One group we got to talk a little bit about is this offensive line for TCU. I thought they've done a really good job of giving Duggan time to throw the football when he's had the opportunity, and Duggan has definitely hung in there a lot of this ball game. That offensive line has created holes on short yardage situations, giving him time to throw the football down the field on these shot plays. Offensive line's played pretty good today.
Well, they describe Duggan as intense, gritty, a leader. Of course, the son of a high school coach. His dad coached him in high school. And he'll keep it here near side. A little inside out move. He'll pick up an extra few yards. And he'll have the first down inside the 25. A 13-yard gain for Max.
And this is the one time he does pull the football. Watch this in. If he crashes down, he is going to pull it. And that's one of the many times he's always handed it off. But that one time he pulls it. Texas Tech has to stay honest with Duggan in the backfield.
Duggan over the middle. Pass is caught. John Stevens will have it around the 5-yard line. That's 19 yards.
Question is, does he catch this football? Does he? Looks like he has a good grip on it.
That's a catch. First and goal, TCU.
Completed catch. That plays under further review.
And again, a portion of football can touch the ground as long as the ground doesn't help you make the catch and you have complete possession of it. So if a nose gets under there and touches the ground with his 2 hands under it, it's still a catch. And everything we're seeing is...
I think the only part, it's that ending part when he rolls over a little bit and then you just see the ball start to come loose a little bit there. Because, it's always about finishing that catch.
That was a lot of work, but I think that's going to go as a reception. I have a hard time believing they're going to overturn that. Like it doesn't touch the ground there.
Yeah, I'm with you.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. Catch, first down.
We're taking another look at. So Stevens with the big catch sets up TCU first and goal. And even 8 minutes to go in this one.
And the way it's trending, whoever has the ball last may end up winning this ball game. Both QBs have really stepped their game up here in this second half, and it's been back and forth, back and forth.
Tenth play of the drive. Nothing happening there. Maybe a yard. Olanalua had nowhere to run, and he'll jog it back to the sidelines as Anderson will come in. How about 510 yards of offense for Sonny Cumbie's TCU offense? The offensive coordinator. 323 through the air, 187 on the ground.
Opportunity for the ball to be in the hands of the quarterback and use his athleticism.
They'll roll him to the right. Throw on the run. Touchdown, Rager. His second touchdown catch.
Oh, they may get called for the pick here.
A flag is down.
Yeah, that's the reason why he was that open.
Pass interference. Offense number 4. Blocking downfield. It's a 15-yard penalty from the previous spot. Replay second down.
Here's Tate Barber right in the middle. He's going to come up and he's going to get in the way when he comes in motion and comes back out. And you can see him set the little screen that you call and you get the pass interference call. And he gets in the way right there. And he has to act like he's running the route. And that's the reason Rager was able to have a clear sight into the end zone there.
Wow, that backs him all the way up to the 19-yard line. It was 2nd and goal from the 4. Barber goes in motion. Duggan. He's going to try to run. Splits a couple of defenders. He's inside the 10. We'll get it to the 9. Jeffers with his 11th tackle. And it's 3rd and goal. Boy, TCU last week had a 1st and goal from, the 1-yard line and
could not get in.
Kept going backwards.
And had a similar issue. They had a penalty that set him back. And now you get a penalty again while you're close to the goal line. But this is a bigger play of any right here on 3rd down.
14 of 20 on 3rd down conversions today. That is a crazy number. Duggan all day to throw. He's going to try to run for it. He's got a long way to go and a short time to get there, and they will mark him down around the 3. So Jonathan Song will make his way onto the field. He has hit from 36, 28, and 25. This will be a 20-yarder. And he splits the uprights. And now TCU is back out in front. Back and forth we go here in Lubbock. We've had 4 lead changes just in the second half between Texas Tech and TCU. The road team has won 4 consecutive in this series. Jonathan Song's kickoff is into the end zone. Let's go down to Dawn. What's going on over there on TCU side of things?
Well, Dave, we know why head coach Gary Patterson did not have a voice at halftime, that's for sure. I think the loss of Jeff Gladney after that targeting penalty in the 3rd quarter is clearly affecting his secondary, and he has been animated and vocal with that group over here the last few possessions, specifically with cornerback Julius Lewis. Coach has seen some mistakes from him that maybe shouldn't be seen from a senior. They are missing the communication from Gladney on that back end.
They've seen a 24-3 lead just kind of go up in smoke here at Jones AT&T Stadium. McLean Mannix with that catch, no gain.
Texas Tech would love to be able to take 5 minutes off this clock and go down and score and leave no time for TCU.
Duffy going up top. A lot of hand fighting going on in the back end of that play. No flags. Mannix was the intended target. Trayvon Merrick back there in coverage.
You're right. They look at both guys fighting with each other. I think Mannix just has to keep running. He has an opportunity to catch this football, but both guys going back and forth. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to call that when both guys have been scrapping with each other.
Duffy dumps it off underneath. Thompson, loss of a yard. And he's slow to get up. And here comes the Red Raider punt team. Good stand there by TCU.
And it was all because of the good tackling they had on the first and first down where they didn't allow the horizontal throw to pick up 3-4 yards. And then second down, good coverage on the back end.
Austin McNamara averaging 47 yards per punt today. Will punt with the wind in his face. Rager back deep. Good high kick. A lot of hang time. And a fair catch called for. Good job by the freshman punter. 52 yards. Getting late here in Lubbock. Well, special teams for Texas Tech has really cost them 3. This missed extra point back late in the second quarter has cost them in total 3 points. If you look at it this way, they had to go for 2 twice and failed. So the mixed extra point, the two-point conversions, and those 3 points are looming large right now for Texas Tech as they're down 33-31 with 4:18 to play. First down and 10 for TCU from the 28. Boy, good hard running from Darius Anderson. He'll pick up 13 on just a simple little run.
And TCU is a team that loves to use that tempo. I think they're going to slow it down a little bit. This is what teams on the offensive side of the ball call 4-minute football. You're able to run the football, take time off the clock, force Texas Tech to use some timeouts, but a really good job on first down to pick up those positive yards.
Anderson again on the ground, makes a guy miss, and a flag comes in late. Eli Howard with the tackle, but could be hands to the face perhaps in the middle of that line of scrimmage.
Personal foul, hands to the face, defense number 6. It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the run, automatic first down.
Rico Jeffers right in the middle of your defense right there. You see the hands to face getting up. Yeah, they're gonna call that one every time on Anthony McKinney. Rico Jeffers trying to create some room right there to make a play. But this defense has to find a way to stand up right now with under 4 minutes to go, moving into Texas Tech territory.
Boy, that penalty takes it inside the 40. The clock's moving. Down to 3:12. They'll pitch it out to Anderson, and he gets pushed out of bounds. No gain on the play. And the importance of this one, we've talked about it all afternoon. These two clubs with 4 wins, with 3 games remaining, trying to get to a bowl game. These coaches have talked about it with their clubs consistently here the last couple of weeks. With a win, you see what happens with TCU in terms of getting to a bowl game, the chances. And for Texas Tech, the loser of this one, doesn't set them up very well.
And Gary Patterson talked to us about finishing ball games. 4 out of the 5 losses they have been by 7 points or less. And they're staring right at that right now.
Anderson, that inside handoff. Nothing doing there, and a timeout taken by Texas Tech. Leggett comes up, makes the play. 2:36 to play in a 2-point game. Big third down coming up. Texas Tech without their leader, Jordan Brooks, the linebacker, injured in the first half, trying to get his team fired up. It's getting late here in Lubbock. 2:36 to play. Another third down. How about 21 so far? 21 third down opportunities for TCU. They have converted 14 of those 21. It is 3rd down and 10 from the 39.
And this guy's hurt them a lot. Tay Barber in the slot has been a 3rd down killer for Texas Tech.
Red Raiders selling out. Duggan's pass incomplete. There are no flags.
And this is TCU going with one of their best players, Jalen Rager, on the outside. But just the coverage is there. I mean, that's just locked down on the outside. Zach McPherson does a really good job of pinning him to the sideline. Nowhere for that football to be completed. And now it's on the arm and legs of Jet Duffy.
Jordy Sandy to punt it away. Mabuka back, and we'll let this one sail through the end zone. So Jet Duffy and this Texas Tech offense will take over at the 20-yard line with 2:23 to play. 2 timeouts left for the Red Raiders. And they are down a couple of points. Duffy today with 4 touchdowns through the air. He has thrown for 324 yards, 18 of 32. Does have that one pick early in the game that led to a field goal, a ball that was batted in the air.
Dave, this is the things that stars are made of here.
Here's Mannix. Loss of football. TCU has it. Oh my goodness, just like that. The script has been flipped. Trayvon Merrick falling on that football.
How devastating for Texas Tech and their fans to watch this unfold on the first play. Good play call. I love the screen play call. You got lineman out in front. A good tough run, but right there you see him stick that arm in there and pull that football out is Vernon Scott. Nice job there. And TCU with a big-time turnover here late in the ball game.
And they'll have it at the 29-yard line. Two timeouts remaining for Texas Tech. Darius Anderson in the game at running back. He'll get the carry here. And he'll get it to the 25-yard line. That'll be a gain of 4. And that'll be a Texas Tech timeout to stop the clock with 2:11. And we'll step aside. Back in a moment. TCU trying to get to a bowl game. A record of 4-5 with 3 games to go. They hold on here. They just need 1 win, but they're at Oklahoma. And they'll finish up with West Virginia. 2 Texas Tech turnovers have been costly. One led to 3 points. This one could lead to the end of the game. Anderson slips on a cut. He'll get it to the 21. It'll be 3rd down and 2. And Texas Tech will take that timeout, and we'll step aside for 30 seconds. Back to Lubbock in a moment. McLean Mannix, who fumbled that football a moment ago, all he can do now is watch and see if his defense can come up with a stop. TCU in field goal range, but looking at a 3rd down and 2.
How about Max Duggan today? Unbelievable effort that he's had today. He has done such a good job. And taking care of the football has been the #1 goal for Max Duggan, and he's done that.
Third down and 2. Anderson, he'll have the first down, and he's driving inside the 15. He's out of bounds around the 12, but that'll do it.
The speed of Darius Anderson to get to the edge, and then now it's just put your head down and pick up the necessary yards to end this ball game. Darius Anderson has a big part in this win today. But I know that man that will be extremely excited to walk out of here on the road with a big-time win. And you can't stress enough how important this ball game was to TCU and Texas Tech. And TCU has come in here and played really well. Looks like they're going to walk out of here with a big W.
Victory formation for Max Duggan. And this TCU Horned Frog offense Duggan today, just a solid all-around game. No interceptions. Couple of touchdowns. He's rushed for 75 yards. He's thrown for 323. Gary Patterson's defense got a little tested. Jet Duffy making some big plays. But again, TCU coming on the road. This will be the 5th consecutive game where the road team has won in this series.
It's an unbelievable effort at the end of the ball game for TCU to get that final turnover, to give it back to their offense to ice it away. And all year long, Texas Tech has been the team that has turned people over, and TCU coming up with a big couple turnovers in this ball game.
And DJ, also, you got to commend Texas Tech. I mean, they could have folded it early. They were down
absolutely
17-0 at the end of the first quarter, 24-3 at one point in the second quarter. Came back to take the lead a couple of times here in the second half, but that fumble by Mannix certainly thwarted any ideas of a tremendous comeback victory. Instead, TCU will make the 4.5-5-hour trip back to Fort Worth. All smiles. They pick up their 5th win of the year behind their freshman quarterback, Max Duggan. Gary Patterson wins again. 3rd consecutive trip to Lubbock that he has walked out of here with a victory. Tay Barber, huge day, receiving 8 catches, 137 yards. He was targeted 12 times today, but when they needed big plays, DJ, especially on 3rd downs, he was the guy.
Yeah, you're talking about just having the focus, having the wherewithal to get open versus man versus zone. He did it in every facet. And when we had Sonny Coleman, the offense coordinator, who is Duggan most comfortable with, it was Barber. And he showed out today and played really well.
What a game here in Lubbock. These two clubs toe-to-toe this afternoon. But TCU wins it. Stay tuned for College Football Scoreboard coming up next. On behalf of DJ and Dawn, I'm Dave Neal saying so long from Lubbock, Texas. Hope you enjoyed it. Now we'll get you to the studio.